the legend, Houdini.
That's there. Every conference has
You
one
just
team
got
that is
jigged.
a bit of a
Oh, shiznit. That's all butter, baby. This is a 2K, a Call of Duty, a game brought to you by a DLegend Productions.
Gonna be a great
This is
year.
DLegend
Starting
100
right
back
now,
with
baby.
another video
Right now.
of my career mode in 2K13.
only in the NBA. What a way to start out your new career.
This is my 7th game. And finally, as you see, I'm in the starting lineup. Took 7 games for me to get in the starting lineup. This is a great achievement for me because I've never had to work this long, go this long with getting into the starting lineup. Normally on 2K11 and 2K12 it took me about 4 to 5 games for me to get in the starting lineup. In this game took me 7 games. I am so happy to be in the lineup. Houdini has just emerged as a starter for the Kings. I am so happy. Did it all without having to go to the manager about this. And my goodness, that was terrible defense I just played on Steve Nash. What was I thinking? Just standing there doing nothing, allowing that pass to get through. Leave me open. Knock it down. Oh no, it didn't go down. My goodness, they're dogging us. No, Steve Nash, you're not beating me down the floor. You're not beating. Oh, he did. Should have made that shot though. He was wide open on that shot. That's right.
And they should have confidence in him. I mean, he has unlimited.
That was a good bucket, by
no question about
that was a good bucket and a good pass. Better pass than it was the bucket.
Here's Nash. Following the basket by DeMarcus
Cause it would have been a better bucket if he would have dunked it. Ah, got the ball. Didn't get a steal to me. Still should have went to me.
Over Jamison. Salmon's no what?
He thought he could knock that one down.
Salmon's wide open, man. He didn't make that. Come on, Kobe. See, can you get past me? See, can you get past the legend?
You just didn't know where he would end up. But his move for this team definitely was the big story.
You can't get past the legend, Kobe. You can't. Yeah, Kobe. I was on you like syrup on a pancake, Kobe. You couldn't get your shot. You couldn't get the ball.
The key factor was the contribution from the bench.
Hold on, y'all. Phone ringing.
The game and instantly sparked their offense, and you love to see that from the second unit.
Well, getting back to Howard again, I mean, anytime you have a chance to get probably the best center in the league, it's a huge deal. And I think
all right, y'all, I'm back.
go for it. You do whatever it takes to get him. So I think this is a coup. I mean, Howard.
Yeah, by the way, I want to give a congrats out to Kobe Bryant on his 30,000 points. 30,000 career points he scored in the NBA.
Really right in his prime.
That's probably the only good achievement I could give the Lakers all year long besides getting Dwight Howard. Kobe is now part of the 30,000 club, which only 5 people, 5 NBA stars, has ever got there. He's now part of that 30,000 club. I'm proud of my boy. He put in that work since '96.
Too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there. Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him.
Speaking of the Lakers, I'm very disappointed as a fan to see how they're playing this year. And I'm very surprised at all these, like, you know, all this drama they've been putting on, they've been bringing to the team. Like, first you start off at the beginning of the year, like, soon as they got Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, it was like, okay, yeah, championship time, championship. But you know, as a Laker fan, I remember at first I was saying that it's not going to be a championship. It's going to be a while before we start learning how to play with one another. Because the thing is, yes, we got Antoine Jameson, Kobe Bryant, Ron Artest. Well, I never call him his world peace now. Then we got Dwight Howard, along with Chris Duhon, which I feel should be starting over Steve Blake.
Well, any team that is a serious championship contender, Kevin, is going to control its home floor.
Still, we having problems with the offense. Then he was running that BS in Princeton offense, which wasn't, you know, good at all. Because the last team that ran that offense was the Kings back in 2004, and they didn't even do good running that offense. They did great running it. They got them to the finals, but you could not bring them over the top against the Lakers triangle offense, and they lost that. Because the Princeton offense has them. In order for a team to use the Princeton offense, that means all 5 players on the floor has to know how to shoot the ball. Which, when you look at the 2004 Kings, you had Lavi Divas, who could shoot the ball. You had Chris Webber, who could shoot the ball. Mike Bibby, who could shoot the ball. And then you had, I think they had Glenn Rice on that team, I believe, which he could shoot the ball. Like, all 5 players on the floor has to know how to shoot the ball in order to run that offense correctly. And I don't know why Mike Brown decided to go with that offense instead of just running the regular offense he was running last year. Because this year, there was nothing wrong with his offense last year. He just didn't have the players to run it. Like, you had Pau Gasol, you had Kobe Bryant, but that was pretty much it last year. Yeah, people say, yeah, you got Andrew Bynum, but when Andrew Bynum has actually played a whole season, look at how he's playing with the Sixers right now. Have he played a game yet? I don't think so. The Sixers are, you know, I bet you they're, because Andrew Bynum reminds me of a Greg Oden. He cannot play a whole season. Just like Yao Ming could not play a whole season. But back to the Lakers, this little drama with the head coach drama, getting rid of Mike Brown, Jim Buss and Jerry Buss, making these silly decisions on, you know, the Phil Jackson situation. I didn't like how they handled the Phil Jackson situation. Really, I wanted Phil Jackson to be the coach of that team. All Phil Jackson wanted was for his staff to be Brian Shaw and Scottie Pippen. That's all he wanted on the staff. If I was the Lakers, this guy won me 5 championships. Matter of fact, yeah, he won me 5 championships since he's been with us. I'll give that guy whoever he wants on his staff. Even if I gotta sit here and bribe other teams just to get him. Or, like, you know, have to wait till Brian Shaw, because I know Brian Shaw's with the Pacers right now, and Brian Shaw was thrilled to be. He would have been thrilled, I believe, to be back with the Lakers under Phil Jackson. Plus, with Scottie Pippen, he was a great player. People kept saying like, oh, he couldn't win without Michael. That was not necessarily true. He could win without Michael. It's just that he ran into Kobe Bryant that stopped him from winning it all.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas.
So
they've had it going on big time.
It was pretty much a horrible. It was just like, you know, Scottie Pippen. He just ran into players he just ran into the wrong team at that time to try to win a championship. It was during the wrong era for Scottie Pippen to try to win a championship.
And stolen by Cousins.
But back to the Lakers, they haven't done a thing so far to show me that they're ready to be a championship team. And then, like I said, going back to the Phil Jackson situation, where, like, you know, they were talking to Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was like, yeah, okay, I want my staff to be this person, that person. And I think what Phil Jackson wants, he did not want to come back to the Lakers just to continue on being a head coach. This is what Phil Jackson literally wanted.
misses here in the quarter.
He wanted to have a position just like Pat Riley does with the Heat. He didn't want a, you know, just to be like, be a head coach, just win this team a championship, and then just, you know, going off into the sunset without, you know, without anything to, you know, to hang on to. Really wanted, he wanted a position with the Lakers where he had full control over who's coming to the team and who's going to be the coach of that team. But Jerry Buss, the coach, the owner of the Lakers, and his son Jim Buss didn't want that, because Jim Buss was manager of the Lakers and he had full control over who was coming to the team. Matter of fact, he was the one that hired Mike Brown. So it was a situation where, you know, father didn't want to fire his son, which me on the other hand, I would have done it, because Jim Buss is not making great decisions, because Jim Buss don't have no basketball IQ at all. He just got the job because of his father, in my opinion. You know, everybody got their own opinion. He probably didn't. He probably knew a little bit about basketball, but it's just a situation where, you know, it's kind of getting out of hand with the Lakers. Then when Phil Jackson's agent was on his way to negotiate with the Lakers about a potential deal, the Lakers then say, "Oh, let's forget that Phil Jackson situation. Call Mike Brown up real quick and give him a contract. We don't care. Did he do an interview? I don't think so. I never heard haven't read anything on the Lakers even interviewing Mike D'Antoni. I haven't read anything. They interviewed Phil Jackson. They had a full article about that on NBA.com. And I don't think I've read anything about them interviewing Mike D'Antoni. So that was a blower on my part. That was a huge blower. So we had to go through that while losing Steve Nash, and then we got to deal with like this Gasol trade. This Gasol trade is really starting to piss me off, because I'm like, okay, this is Lakers are making all these bad choices at the beginning of the season. It's like the season is still in its infancy, and they still trying, and they making all these worst these horrible decisions right off the break. Like, I understand getting rid of Mike Brown was somewhat a plus and a negative for him. The plus with Mike Brown, we was playing defense. Well, the Lakers were playing defense. But then as soon as Mike D'Antoni comes in, there's no defense at all. It was just ongoing. Just let the other team score. Y'all push the break, just let the other team score.
Now we're getting used to seeing him hit those shots.
And then these Gasol trades. Going back to the Gasol trades, I'm tired of hearing about Gasol trade this, Gasol trade that. Like, it's been several different trade offers, like for Pau Gasol. One was Josh Smith, the other one was Ryan Anderson, another one was for Marty Stoudemire from the Knicks, and the other one I think was to the Raptors for Bargnani, which I feel all those trades are horrible trades. Because right now Gasol, like right now, the offense is working good right now, in my opinion. It's working good. We just need to play some daggone defense. Like, and I'm tired of people saying that, okay, it's because Dwight Howard, it's because Dwight Howard. No, it's not people saying it. It's like, you know, the media, people on NBA's Insider and stuff like that, on NBA Insider. Yeah, some parts of it is Dwight Howard, because he's not making his free throws and not becoming a dominant player like they say he is, like Shaquille O'Neal said on last night on the NBA Inside. But it's not all Dwight Howard's fault. He's doing what he needs to do. He's getting blocks. He's doing what he needs to do. But they not playing defense. Like, and then on top of that, this guy Morris, every time he come into the game, I don't know why his first name haven't didn't come into my mind because right now I don't know what I'm thinking about. I know his first name, Darius Morius. That's his name. Now I thought of it. Now he makes silly turnovers in the game, and then on top of that, the Lakers are making silly turnovers as well by they do more lobbing, trying to do lobs and stuff like that. Like at first it was just because all they tried to do was do lobs this, lobs that. All they did was lob to Dwight Howard, think he's just gonna go up there, jump and get it. So I don't know what the world was Lakers thinking at first, but what they gotta do is they gotta establish an identity first. Like what type of offense y'all gonna run? Because Mike D'Antoni trying to turn them to the run and gun Lakers. Like it's not gonna happen that way. It's not gonna happen. It could happen, but not this year. We gotta have some more time for training camp and stuff like that. And also, I feel the Lakers need to start giving. Well, they starting to, but they need to start giving more plays for Antoine Jameson. Because everybody talking about. Because I know my friend of mine said that. Oh yeah, Antoine Jameson, he's sorry, he doesn't play good. I look at him, I said, you forgot. This is a guy that last year scored 19.3 points a game for the Cavaliers. That means he's a 20-point-a-night guy. And then in a recent game, like I think last week or this week, he scored 30 points. And then it's like okay, Ron Artest, he's doing okay. I mean World Peace, he's doing okay. But I just feel that they need to run more plays for Antoine Jameson. Gasol, they need to start putting him in his comfort zone. They need to start putting him in his comfort zone because right now they give him the ball inside, which is where he wants it, and he's not making the shot. Sometimes I feel Gasol try to do a little bit too much on the inside, and he starts forcing stuff, and he winds up getting turnovers too. Another thing, they need to run more pick and rolls. I'm tired of seeing them. Okay, one person got the ball. I haven't watched the game in the last couple weeks. Hold on, this phone keeps ringing. Darn phone keeps ringing. I don't care who you are. Dag it.
Johnson's got his third bucket of the night. Lakers trail
but like I said, need to run more plays for Antoine Jameson. Gasol, he makes his own turnovers sometimes, but there's no need to trade the guy. Y'all been talking about trading the guy since last year. Gasol started off good at the beginning of the year. Then all of a sudden, when y'all start talking about these trade rumors, then all of a sudden he starts playing bad. Y'all notice that this happens every year for the team. Every time y'all talk about trades and stuff like that, every time they start talking about trades and they have Pau Gasol's name mentioned in it, he starts playing like some garbage. That's because he's worried about he doesn't want to leave the Lakers. He loved the Lakers. Who wouldn't want to keep playing with a team where they're getting? Who wouldn't want to play for a team where they could play? They don't have to be the number one guy they don't have to be the number one guy all the time. Kobe wants to be the number one guy. That's good. But Gasol doesn't want to be the number one guy. He might be traded to a team where he has to be the number one guy all the time. He's comfortable with being the second guy or the third guy on the team, and he likes that. But Gasol, what he needs is just to be able to play within his comfort zone. Like give him his medium range jump shots, run plays to give him his medium range jump shot he likes, and run plays to give him the highlights he wants, like not the highlights, the hook shots that he wants and stuff like that, and allow him to give them little fancy no-look passes to Dwight Howard. Another thing, Dwight Howard. For Dwight Howard, they need to start giving him at least only 1 or 2 lobs a game, and have him so he's in the post, and they just give him the ball in the post and just let him throw hook shots over people. Because Dwight Howard needs to start playing quarter by quarter, like what Phil Jackson used to say. You read like you get okay, this quarter you get 3 shots, next quarter you get 3 shots. I don't know why they keep trying to give the ball to Dwight Howard the whole game sometimes, and somehow then half the time that doesn't work. And he keeps saying himself he's not 100%. So you're gonna keep giving a guy that's not 100% the ball. Eventually he's gonna get tired. You know, all you're doing is tiring him out.
Taking a look at the Lakers. And in the backcourt,
so, and then going back to these trades, if the trades wanted, if the Lakers want to get rid of somebody, I'll get rid of Steve Blake. Keep Chris Duhon, 'cause I don't think Steve Blake is better than Chris Duhon. Because Blake don't play no defense. Chris Duhon plays defense somewhat. Then on top of that, going to the Gasol trades, back to the Gasol trades, they want to get somebody. They better get somebody like since Josh Smith right now is in the trade rumors right now. I'll at least try to go for Josh Smith, because Bariani I would not go for. Not a guy I would want. Who else is in there? Ryan Anderson. Definitely. I would not go for him. I'm not a Ryan Anderson person. I'm not a fan of him. Josh Smith, I'll probably go for because of the fact that he's younger, 27 years old, and then he also get blocks again. He get a lot of blocks, and he's increased his range to the mid-range jump shot. So the thing is, you're not really getting rid of Gasol in a way. Just that only thing you're getting rid of is the fact that Gasol throws all them fancy passes. That's the only thing you're getting rid of. But then that's what you got Antoine James for. He does the same thing as Gasol. So you're not really losing anything by getting rid of Gasol, giving Gasol to the Hawks.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight.
So that's my opinion on the whole situation. Pretty much, I talked for almost a whole 3 quarters. But yeah, no harm, because Lakers I am a Lakers fan. Even though we are beating the crap out of them right now in my career mode. But yeah, that's how I feel about the whole situation with the Lakers. But congratulations, Kobe, on your 30,000 points. Yeah, so now let's get back to enjoying the game. Well, this blowout that I'm giving the Lakers. I feel sorry that I'm a fan. I'm blowing out my team like this.
You look back at the road record for the Kings last year, Steve, 6-27 for them, and they just had a very difficult time finding ways to win.
Yeah, but I know I stuttered a little. I stuttered a little bit, got a little stuttering, speaking disorder somewhat. The stuttering issue that I have.
So that's the biggest thing I think heading into this season and looking beyond. Shoring up that defense will give them a better opportunity to win away from home.
Might as well let y'all know about that now, you know, so I won't have to receive no comments about it later on about why you stutter so much and stuff like that.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Free throw good, Salmons.
You know, it was a tough season for John Salmons a year ago.
I figure talking to y'all on YouTube might help with my little stuttering disorder sometimes.
Sideways. This is a guy who 3 seasons
somewhat
ago averaged about 20 points a game. Be interesting to see if he can bounce back this late in his career.
Do not let Steve Nash get that ball. Got it. That happens every time, even when I play on Superstar and Hall of Fame. They do that all the time. If I'm guarding the guard and they still try to give the pass to him.
Well, they'd be in a much different position in this game.
Why each and every time they continue trying to get the ball to him? They don't ever switch the target to somebody else, unless there's like a center open or somebody open. But still, if I see the guy, you got somebody standing right there in front of the guard, do not try to give it to him. What they should do is program a function so that they would not have somebody standing in front of the person, in front of the guard, and there's more of a chance of the person of the ball getting stolen, then you pick somebody else. You pick the least. Oh, he stripped me. Dang. Give me that rebound. Yeah, but like I said, set a function so that the ball, that somebody's standing in front of the ball, in front of the point guard, choose another option. Boom. Another 3 for me.
He's got 5
Yeah.
points now in the quarter.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
They get the rebound. Moves back up. And Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 14.
All right.
He will fight you down low, guys.
Okay,
Really
all right.
battles in there. He comes up
Ball.
with a lot of second chance buckets.
Good
In
shot.
the basket by Thornton.
Well, you look at Thornton, and he's not the tallest
Better
guy.
assist
He
and
never
good,
shies
better
away from
shot.
contact. He's got a strong body. And when you can shoot the way he does, that means defenses have to go out on you on the perimeter, and that gives him driving lanes to get into the paint.
Well, I think it's his
To the
focus
breaks.
that helps
Can I
him
make it?
there and
Yes.
in other aspects of the
You
game.
could not
Offensively,
get
if he
me.
gets hot,
Steve Nash, you couldn't catch me.
timeout or TV
You're the
break isn't
only
gonna throw him
point
off his
guard
game.
in the league
He's
that
one
I'm
of those
faster
guys,
than.
Once he's hot, he stays hot.
Nash the pass to Gasol.
What the hell is he doing? Was my dude trying to
Gasol no good.
truck
And it is
somebody, or
very
was he doing a
dangerous to
shoulder
leave
lean?
him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
To the inside. Robinson kicks to Thornton. And another 3 for
Good
Sacramento.
Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
Outside, Kobe. Looking to end the run. And
My goodness, that's Kobe right there.
Kobe's got 17.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them
Good
get right
pass.
to the rim.
Oh, he missed it. Come on, man. You gotta make that.
And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Oh,
Down misses, and that's how they're maintaining this lead.
Yeah, well, one and done is the recipe for continuing.
bad
to hold
turnover
on.
on my part. Couldn't shoot that because roll pieces in my face.
Covered by
Give it a guard.
Hayes.
That's Hayes. That's right, Hayes.
Hayes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Fades back. World peace. Good.
You know, if you can't get around your defender, sometimes the best way to get a shot off is to
All right,
that fade
let's
away.
go. Give me that shot. Give me that. Oh my
18
goodness.
that time from World
Had all the
Peace.
space in the world.
Morris with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Tries from 10. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Defensive foul. He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket.
Was it a
This
foul?
is the look he wanted.
The Kings have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And I
Hope
know
they-
the
at least they gave me the rebound though.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. On the court for Sacramento. Houdini in at point guard. Hayes out there with James Johnson. Then it's Jimmer Fredette, and it's Honeycutt in at the
Good
small
hook
forward.
shot.
Lakers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Duhon kicks to Morris. He feeds it to Howard. Over Hayes. Howard can't hit.
You know what? Just keep letting Dwight Howard shoot those shots.
To fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
If I was coach, I'll tag off Dwight Howard. Just let him shoot them shots.
Houdini's got 10 points here in the second.
Got me an A in this game. Yeah.
Continues to shoot well after that
Let me see, can I
blazing
push it
first
to an
half.
A plus? It's my first A
Morris
plus.
kicks to Howard. Dishes to Morris. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Kobe dishes to Howard. Launches it. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist by Howard. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one.
All right, here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Down low.
Go in there.
Here's Honeycutt.
Go shoot.
Let's
Yes.
go.
they'll
Buckets.
want to generate more of those
Buckets.
shots in tight, guys.
Lakers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Screen by Howard. Outside, Kobe.
Okay, don't let Kobe get to the basket. Double team.
The recent collective bargaining agreement, one of the rules that was changed.
Oh, Clark hit the shot.
Legally can be used by NBA teams.
I'll leave Clark open
It's now
too.
been, ruled
He's not that good
players
of a
with
player.
3 or less years of experience in the league could be
The Lakers'
sent
whole
down.
bench is sorry. They need to get a
After
better
that as
bench.
well. I think it's a good rule.
That's one thing that I hate about the Lakers. They always developing their starting lineup, but they never develop that daggone bench. For the last couple years now, they were never able to replace Jordan Farmar and Sasha Vujacic. They traded them away and got nothing for it. Got a nice block out of that.
Honeycutt's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Going back to the D-League, Steve, it really does seem to be a...
And then they gave away Derek Fisher, which I don't know why they did that. But I understand that they said that he was slow, he couldn't keep up with younger players. Well, yeah, all y'all did was just go out and you got a young person. You got Ramon Sessions. I like that deal. I like the Ramon Sessions, you know, for the deal for Derek Fisher. But they didn't keep him, which made me also a little upset. Why I missed that layup? Why did I miss that layup? It made me very upset that they didn't try to keep him. And it was like freaking difficult for me to see why they didn't keep him. Why didn't you try to extend the contract to him? I would have kept him over Steve Blake and then let him learn from Steve Nash, which probably would have evolved Ramon Sessions into a better point guard. Probably made him a better point guard in a couple of years. But no, they wanted to get rid of him, let him go to the Bobcats, which was retarded. But then you keep somebody like Steve Blake that doesn't play defense. Ramon Sessions at least played defense. That's one thing I gave him credit for. Because Lakers, all they want is people that don't play defense and just give Kobe all the credit. That's one thing I see what my team does. And then when they got Dwight Howard, it was a plus. Steve Nash don't play defense. That's hard. I can forgive Steve Nash for not playing defense because he's Steve Nash. Like, just because, in my opinion, his name says it all. He's basically built around just offense alone. Just sit there, just score, shoot 3-pointers, drive the lane, get buckets. You know, he can do, basically Steve Nash can do whatever he wants on the offense. I don't really care about defense because you got Dwight Howard. But that's the only person I say that you should have help defense for on the floor. Instead of having Dwight Howard and Ron Artest have to help on every defensive play. Because when the defense has to help too much, then it breaks down the defense, and the defense then has some holes in it. So, for example, Lakers like running man-to-man all the time. They don't run zone or anything. I wish they run zone. But they run man-to-man, and then what happens is they wind up having people getting open all the time. Like, for example, let's say they're playing, you know what, better example. They was playing the Magics a few weeks ago. They sitting there trying to play man-to-man, and then when Jameer Nelson penetrates, and then just because, you know, Steve Blake or Morris cannot guard him, he's getting to the lane at ease. So that means that Dwight Howard or Gasol or Artest has to come over to help them out, which leaves their man wide open. So, and Darius Morris, probably since the first game, I've seen that he can never check nobody. He can't check nobody in the NBA right now. So, I look at him, I don't really see him really being in the NBA too long. Cause he's not good in my opinion. He's not good enough for NBA caliber, I mean.
Outside for Thomas. Second chance shot gets the bucket.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise.
But I feel the Lakers should run a good 2-3 zone, which could help them out a lot. Which could help with the rotations of the players, help with the defensive rotations, and help with, you know, with the Steve Nash situation. Only thing where it's going to hurt him at is if Steve Nash is on somebody like O.J. Mayo, or somebody, or a big name star, which we know that he can't guard. Once again, this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, just comment on the under the video.
Now the feed to Johnson. A rebound by the Lakers.
Well, if you have a different opinion on anything I said in this video, 'cause I know I talked for almost a whole 30-something minutes on just the Lakers alone, because I'm a hardcore Lakers fan.
Ebanks. Lakers passing it around.
But
Can't hit.
I just have these little things on about this little information on the Lakers that I just didn't like notice. Events that the Lakers have been doing so far, haven't really liked. Feel that they could have done more with their team besides what they've done with it so far, the disaster that they made so far. And anytime I look at like Chris Paul, I always think about that deal that David Stern would not give the Lakers, and I never liked David Stern, the NBA commissioner, ever since then, because Chris Paul was supposed to be a Laker. I will never forgive that deal. Every time I look at an NBA game with Chris Paul in it, I think about that. So, David Stern, you're not on my happy list.
That's fine as long as they're on the lead.
You will never be on that happy list again. You was a cool commissioner before then. I don't like you now.
Get it to fall.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the board. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked.
Come on.
I mean,
Where my shot coming at? Oh, one pick.
Game.
Darius Morris cannot. See, look at that. Darius Morris cannot get past the pick. Just run pick and roll the whole time. He will never get past it.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
He don't try to go under the pick or over the pick. He just runs straight into it.
They're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Now Morris.
Throw the ball to him. Yeah, knew that was going coming. I knew that was coming. That should have got picked too by me.
That's good.
And they're closing this game out in style.
Great. Got an A+. I just realized I got an A+. I was just sitting here talking. I just realized I got an A+. This game is pretty much over.
There's the dish to Hill. He dishes it to Meeks.
Nope. Not getting it. Oh, yes, he did.
Good. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Houdini.
Shoot that.
Lets it go with a 3.
No, it missed. So mad, so blown.
I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse.
Foul on my part.
Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
3 seconds. No, that's not 3 seconds. Yeah, overwhelmed my matchup. I don't know why I looked at it. I completely overwhelmed my matchup.
And he makes good on the layup.
Now they probably needed more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work
yes.
on going into the next game.
I did it. At this game, I should be keeping my starting lineup spot because of how I played. Come on, you get a guy that sits there and dominates like my dude did. He should be able to keep his starting lineup for the rest of the year.
And as we leave, we give you our Jordan player of the game, Houdini.
Who's player of the game? Let's see. Of course, DLegend. Houdini, the legend, came, he saw, he's conquered. Look at that pass. Look at that pass. Lay it in there. Lay it in there. One thing the Kings don't have, they don't have no dunkers. Everybody lays it up. Got me a triple-double. Right, y'all. This is DLegend 100 with my, I believe, what I say, this is my 7th game. yeah, this is my 7th game in the My Player mode. Yeah, if you like, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video, hit dislike. If you have any like pointers on how to improve my videos or how to improve the commentary, please leave comments down below. Like I said during the commentary, you have any opinions about what I said about the Lakers, just go ahead, leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to respond to y'all. Alright, y'all, peace.
Let me be the first person to congratulate you on your spectacular performance tonight. I don't know if you saw the final stat line, but you ended up with a triple-double, the first one of your career. Can we expect more performances like this from you?
I certainly hope so. Everything just seemed to be clicking out there tonight. The rebounds were falling my way. My teammates were making their shots when I passed to them. It was just one of those games where everything seems to just go right.